I'm going to show you how to make your own LUTs for Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, and most other video editing programs. We're going to use Photoshop to do this, but if you don't have Photoshop, don't worry, because I'm going to show you how to create your own presets in Premiere Pro.
So what if we lose? We could always be afraid of something new. 'Cause we mostly feel the same. Somehow, nothing's new.
So why would you spend time making your own LUTs when you can download professionally made ones from the internet? Well, to start with, they can be quite expensive, so you'd be saving money. But the main reason is so that you can create the exact look that you're going for. You might be working on a project that requires a very specific look, so you can create your own perfect LUTs to use specifically just for that project. You might just want to create your own style, or you might be designing your own pack of LUTs to sell on your website. But whatever the reason, these tips make it easy for you to do so. So let's crack on and I'll show you how to do it. So the first thing you want to do is go out and shoot some footage. And you want to make sure that you're using the profile that you want to create the LUT for. For example, your standard color profile, S-Log, C-Log, whatever you've got in your camera. This is important because any changes that you make depend on what your starting image looks like. You may have noticed this in the past if you've purchased any LUTs and then come to put them on your footage and it doesn't look very good. This is because LUTs are specifically designed for a certain camera profile, the colors that they're going to be using, and the scenes that will be shot during the film or project. Another quick tip before you start filming is make sure that your white balance and your exposure levels are correct. I mean, this is obvious, but just make sure, otherwise you will have mismatch shots. Once you've finished filming, import the footage into your editing software, select a frame that represents the overall scene or shot and that includes as many of the colors as you can, and take a screenshot. To take a screenshot, all you need to do is go up to this export frame button here. If you haven't got that, click the plus button here, and then you can add tabs there. So you just click the camera icon and then it would add to this bit here. So export the frame and save it somewhere where you'll remember. Open the image using Photoshop and make sure you open it using the dimensions that you're using for your video. So I've got 1080p here, drag it in. Delete the original background layer. We want our image to be the background layer so that the adjustments are separate. Click here and delete. Make sure your image is selected in the layers tab here, and then go over to layer, new, and select background from layer. Now this is where we'll add all the adjustment layers and create the look that we're going for. You can add what suits you best, but I usually go for the ones I'm going to show you. What I also find that helps is using a reference image, but I'm going to talk about that in another video, so keep an eye out for that video as well. So to add the layers, we go up to layer, obviously, new adjustment layer, and then here's what you can add. You've got a list of things that you can add here. So the first one I go for is levels, and I just keep it as levels 1 because I like to see over here what I've got and what I'm using, so I'll just keep that as levels 1. You can call it whatever you like. Next layer I'll add is brightness and contrast. Jonesy boy's here, come on then. Oh. Jonesy boy. Wilbur Jones is here. Put your ear down. You're on telly. Jonesy. The pooch wants a bit of screen time, don't you, Jonesy boy? Wilbur. Ooh. He likes to sit on this cushion while I'm working. Next is hue and saturation. That will be our colour manipulation. That's the most exciting bit. Then colour balance. That's if you want to add a bit of a tint to the whole thing afterwards, which is quite useful. Whoa. Jonesy, come on. This doesn't look right, it's weird. Anyway, back to work. So from here, you will believe creating mischief in the back. So from here, this is where you create all your changes and get the image that you want. So I'll just blast through this real quick. Right, So once you've done all your tweaks and got the image exactly how you want it, it's time to export it as a LUT. And the file type for a LUT is .cube, and that works in most editing programs. It's really easy. You just go up to File, Export, click on Color Lookup Table, and that's what LUT is, L-U-T, Lookup Table. Click on that. Let's give it a name, Pointy Finger LUT 1. And then on formats, I'm just selecting cube. I've unselected all the other ones because that's all I want. So click OK. That's generating that now for us. So now it's asking where I want to save it. So let's just save it to desktop for now. So over on my desktop, it's created the LUT for me as a .cube file. So now what we do is we go back into our editing program, and over here in the Lumetri Color tab, we select Creative. And there's a reason why we select Creative and not Basic Correction, and that's because we've got a few more tweaking options that we can do from here. So go over to Creative. When it's where it says Look, select that drop down box and click Browse. Go to where you saved your file. Mine's on desktop. Pointy Finger LUT.cube. There we go. It applies it straight away. We've now got the option to dial in the intensity of the LUT. So from nothing to 100% or even more if we want to. We can add saturation, vibrance, sharpen it from here, add all our effects. We can even go into the basic correction and tweak it even further if we want to. A little tip though, what I would do, let's just take this off for a second. Go none. What I would do is make sure you create your own adjustment layer here. Just click down here on this tab, new item, and adjustment layer. Stick that over the top of your footage and make any changes to the adjustment layer, because you might decide to change it later on and it's easier to do it as an adjustment layer. So I'm going to apply that LUT to the adjustment layer. There we go. And if I want to toggle this channel on and off, I can see what it looked like before and after easier. So that's what I like to do. So what do you do if you don't have Photoshop? Well, a nice simple solution to that is to create presets. So I'm going to create a new adjustment layer. Drag that over the top of my footage again. I'm using the same frame just so that it's in keeping with what we've been doing so far. Make your color adjustments using basic correction or whatever you want to do. So let's add a bit of contrast. Take the shadows down a little bit, boost the highlights. And this, you can do it however you want to do it. I'm just doing this as an example. Add some sharpness to that. Let's make this one different, just so it's slightly different. Add some yellows to the highlights and some teal in the shadows. It's quite nice, so I'm happy with that. Then what we would do, go over to our Lumetri Color tab on the left-hand side on the effects controls, and then right-click and click Save Preset. Now I give this a name, so this could be let's call this preset, call it preset 2. Click OK. And then when you want to add this preset to footage, you can either create an adjustment layer or directly straight onto your footage. Go over to Effects, Presets, and then search for your preset and then drag that onto your footage, and there it is. So essentially, you've got your own LUT, and that's it. You can again then go in and make your tweaks. There you go. So that is how you create your own LUTs or color presets. It's really simple once you know how, and once you've done it a few times, it becomes second nature. You could even go and create different LUTs for different environments. So you can have one for your indoor studio, you can have one for inside, summertime, wintertime, autumn. And I do have a couple of packs on my website, so go check them out. I've got an autumn one and I've got a film style one as well. I will be bringing out a very special one soon, which I think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for that. I will be announcing it in the next video. It's a good one! And I'll leave a link in the description where you can pick my own LUT packs up from. Anyway, I hope this video has helped you, and if so, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more tips. If you have any questions, please comment below and I will reply. Thank you for watching, I'll see you next week, and I've got a really good one for you, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be good!